Welcome everybody to Been There, Watch That, your favorite movie reviewers. Myself, Justin, I'm here with Joe and Dave, and you want to go back in our archive, look at the ratings we gave to some other films we've reviewed in the past. We're up to 49 now, closing on 50. Dave's pick next week will be 50.
He's going to hit some big out of the park on this one for being 50.
Just get Been There, Watch
Don't
That.
you worry, boys.
Yeah, BeenThereWatchThat.com.
When have I ever let you down? Come on now. I just hit home runs and every once in a while grand slams.
Yeah, let the burnt popcorn flow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at BTWTPod. And this week is my pick, The Tinder Swindler from 2022. Netflix original.
Yeah, this is a little different avenue than what we've been in the group here lately. So with it being a documentary, it's kind of today's episode's going to be a little bit different than what we have been.
Yeah, it's a little harder to do the cast, like the plot. Really, I mean, you can kind of give plot, but
yeah,
it a lot of it is interviewing
the
people who had been conned through Tinder. When I first heard about Tinder Swindler, I'm just thinking, I don't know. I wasn't able to picture how somebody could be swindled or tricked on Tinder, but then it shows you.
I didn't understand that either.
Like you swipe left, swipe right.
Which, I mean, I think it's more just because it's a flashy name.
Right.
I mean, that's how they met, but, you know, people get swindled all the time meeting wherever.
Well, see, when I heard it, when it said The Tinder Swindler, do you want me to give the quick synopsis of the documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
So the Tinder Swindler is a group of women who were victims of a dating app-based swindler joined together in an attempt to hunt him down and recover the millions of dollars that were stolen from them. So when I first heard that, and just when you first told me about it, I thought it was like one of those internet scams, like it was all through chat and they never met the person in real life.
Right, like people that meet someone online and end up sending them money without ever meeting them.
Yeah, because literally I saw a news story the other night and I kind of felt sorry for the woman, and I'm like at the same time going, really? You really believe that? Of all people, this woman said that she'd supposedly gotten this text from this person claimed to be George Strait, and he needed money. Well, she loved him and loved his music, so she sent him money. I'm like, really?
It's a hustler born every day.
Yeah,
going on constantly.
Yeah. So when you pitched the movie, I'm like, okay, so these women actually fell for this dumb idea of, but we find out within, what is it, Justin? Probably the first 5-10 minutes that they actually meet the guy in person. When I found that out, I'm like, whoa, this is different. This isn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, and in some ways, you kind of got to shake your head at, man, I can't believe somebody would hand over, like go out and take out multiple loans and hand over tens of thousands of dollars to somebody. But then you see how he operates, and he's got this whole fake persona of being basically a billionaire.
I got to take beef with that, though.
He's able to kind of pull people in and make them believe he's in this other world of like high.
I'm taking a stance on this issue alone. Somebody that's a billionaire. First of all, how many billionaires or billionaire sons are on Tinder? I mean, just the risk is so high. That's kind of like an actor or an actress being on Tinder.
True.
I mean, what are the odds of, I don't know, throw somebody out there.
Brad Pitt.
Well, Brad Pitt's kind of older. Let's go younger.
The Kardashians?
No, they're kind of famous. Who's a new up-and-coming actress or actor? Somebody in the Marvel series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know any. That's why I'm
Okay.
asking you to. Like, name one of the newer people in the Marvel series or something.
Oh, jeez.
You know, that's kind of famous, but not necessarily.
Yeah, they're still getting.
Not a Brad Pitt, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Like
they're still cutting their teeth.
I don't know. What's not Brie Larson? She's pretty famous now, but somebody that's kind of like at that cusp. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be like one of them going on Tinder saying, "Boy, I just can't find a date, so I got to rely on this app to help me."
But to be fair, he didn't he didn't post, "Hey, I'm the son of a billionaire."
His pictures were all like lavish pictures, though.
Right, but
and as soon as you Google him, there he is.
Right. So
I'm just saying, like, let's go with I don't know. We'll use Brad Pitt as the example. Does Brad Pitt really have to go on Tinder to get a date? I mean, isn't he like walking around in the Hollywood circle and with other famous people and
Yeah, but
beautiful people? And my point is the heir of a diamond business is going to be dating a supermodel.
but here's the flip on that. Brad
Okay.
Pitt is a household name. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows what he looks like. Until they posted the picture of the real family, did you have, one, any idea what the name of the diamond moguls were? And two, would you have noticed them if any of them walked in the door right now?
Well, but my point is the
I think
heir
it-
to a diamond business, diamonds are, a billionaire going to roll the dice on a Tinder date?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you got to think as soon as someone, it's the same thing. And the women said that. They were like, hey, oh my gosh, this guy has a slavish lifestyle. I Googled him. He's a diamond prince. And
Right.
You
It did
know,
seem like even they were.
why does he need me in his life? And here's the real point. None of them were supermodels. I'm not saying they weren't pretty or beautiful. I'm just saying they lived an average life.
Yeah, they were just average people like
And
us.
and there's, I wouldn't even say like us. They might be better off than I am.
Okay,
One
so,
of them's an IT consultant.
Time out. So being $500,000 in debt is better than
Well, I
where
mean,
you're at?
I'm saying when they started.
Okay.
You know what
I'll
I mean?
buy that.
Like one is an IT consultant. I think she made pretty decent money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe that's part of. They're kind of on the outside looking in, and maybe they weren't the types who were usually.
and she kept saying, "I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe this happened to me."
Right.
I just met this guy for one little coffee, and then I'm packing my bags to go to
Wherever.
whatever that first job was.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you got to be a moron to think that the Prince of Diamonds is just gonna come snatch you up like Cinderella
Yeah.
and say, "Ooh, just what I was looking for, an average person with an average job that, has never lived this lifestyle. It must just be in the stars."
Yeah,
Okay.
that.
But okay,
And
well,
that's how it starts out with. I mean,
Ah.
they're showing clips of Beauty and the Beast, and
And
girl,
she's saying that story, and I'm
she's
just
got-
like, how?
She got that twinkle in her eye that when she was a little girl, like that's what she was like obsessed with. was these love stories. And
okay, Prince William and Kate Middleton. Need I say more?
Who?
Kate Middleton and
Prince William?
Yeah.
Well, where did she come from, though? I don't know anything about her. So I'm gonna.
well, yeah, and then the first girl too. It's showing kind of reenactments of her text messages to her friends. Basically, I'm going on a private jet today, and people are like,
Okay,
this
hold on.
sounds very
Let's back up.
sketchy.
Kate Middleton was estimated to be worth $1 million when she lived in an apartment owned by her parents with her sister.
But she wasn't somebody famous.
No, but she had $1 million.
Right, but see, that kind of falls in line with this.
This lady did not have $1 million.
Well, no, she didn't have $1 million, but like, she just kind of got swept up into this life of royalty out of nowhere.
Well, I think, that's been the public response. Is probably 80% of people are saying, "Wow, this is kind of dumb on their part."
Right.
Blaming the victim, quote unquote.
And
But
see,
other
and-
people have trouble with.
And Prince William and Kate met in college, too.
Okay, so it's kind of a little different situation. Well, a hugely different situation though. But what are the odds of? Okay,
A billionaire prince being on Tinder and wanting to go out with a commoner?
Well, no,
Yeah, pretty slim.
well, okay. So what are the odds of you going to college and falling in love with someone of royalty and winding up getting married?
If you went to Brown, you could have met Emma Watson.
Okay. Okay, so another.
But
What's
that's
the chance
my
of you going to
point.
Brown at the same time and
Well, no,
and
I'm
kind
just...
of
You're right, but I'm just
stumbling
saying,
into Emma Watson and
what's
and
the
ended
chance
up-
of me meeting Emma Watson on Tinder?
You're saying they should have been a little more.
Oh,
suspicious.
yeah, there should have been red flags all over the place.
But he's like,
Why is this... And he's a handsome devil.
he's wooing them though, big time. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
of course he is.
He's
It's a scam. That's what you do when you scam somebody.
kind of
I'm just
making
saying...
them feel special.
Like,
and
I was skeptical
really
right off the
pushing
bat.
that.
I was like,
Mhm.
come on now. A billionaire, playboy with the heir to this diamond company is on Tinder and interested in, an IT consultant in Norway that's, And I don't want to be mean, but
Well,
she's average looking.
them on camera versus like some of their pictures on Tinder. I think did up and all that. I mean, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, she's
definitely
the
not.
first one's a great looking girl. I'm not slamming her looks in any means, but I mean, she's not a supermodel.
Right.
She doesn't run a lavish lifestyle. She doesn't
Right.
run in those circles.
Correct.
I mean, in what
She's
other than like
opposite of what
yeah,
the atypical
Oh, yeah.
in that type of situation.
and you
would
see
be.
him later on in the movie hanging out with a model.
Yeah.
The second lady's hanging out with him while he's hanging out with this supermodel.
Which I don't understand at all.
Yeah, how are you not a third wheel in that deal?
Exactly. And what? Okay, so I think at that point it has to be money blinding him, because if he was just an average guy doing that,
Well, the second lady got the benefits of living his lifestyle for a little while
exactly,
as a friend.
right? But this is supposedly her boyfriend. He's sitting there making out with his other woman, and
Well, the second
all
lady-
over her, and she's sitting there watching. I'm like, okay, if he didn't have money,
Yeah.
The
that would
second-
have lasted
the
about 10
second lady,
seconds.
They weren't dating though. The second one.
Yeah, they
They're
weren't
just
dating. They were
friends.
just friends.
Okay.
Now, they went on a date, but then they ended up just
Yeah.
being friends, and he offered to take her with him on a couple of outings across Europe, and she's like, heck yeah, a free trip to Europe, why not?
But still, wouldn't that seem weird though?
I mean, I agree with you. So that,
There's
I was
some
skeptical
kind of
on this
level
whole
of
deal.
creepy weirdness going on. I mean, maybe it's because I've never lived this extravagant lifestyle to understand it's like it's normal to have like just 30 women sitting around you, and you can just take your pick whichever one you want out of the 30. I guess I don't know, but to me it just seemed weird. Like, so this guy invites you out to a night of partying, and basically just kind of just sits you off to the side for this other woman. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how he ever got this ball rolling, because he had to have, at some point, come up with enough money to start creating the illusion at least. And the whole thing is just keeping the ball in the air when it's by constantly keeping
Well, he's done it.
con going with new people. But how he got started, I'm curious.
Yeah, because we find out later that he's done this for years, and he actually did jail time in 2015 for something very similar to that, which all that did was buy him time to figure out this scam.
Mm-hmm.
So here's something I picked up on, and I want to see if you guys picked up on this. Justin, do you remember? I know you remember. It was your pick, The Push.
Yeah,
Did you notice any similarities between The Push and this?
that's a good point.
I mean, it was obvious. Well, you had to look. I mean, when I say it, you'll realize.
I don't know. I'm not seeing the connection.
Okay,
You'll have to educate me.
he did it in increments. Think about it. On The Push, that he asked him, "Hey, could you help? $50. It was something small." And then as the night progressed, it was, "Hey, let's put the flags in the meat sausage balls instead of veggie sausage balls. Hey, can you call this guy? Can you do this?" And gradually, it increased to the point where they was hauling a dead body off. Here, "Hey, I need $1,000. Okay, no problem." And he pays her back. "Hey, I need $5,000. Well, yeah, he was good the last time on it. Okay, here's $5,000. He just gradually increased the amount to $250,000. Done and done. See ya.
Yeah, that
I
was
was like, oh, so,
Yeah. I mean, all scam artists kind of fall into the same routine. 'Cause
yeah.
that's what works.
yeah. But it's like, oh man, that's what he did.
yeah, able to trick her into thinking he's a billionaire. Then she's like, "Well, of course a billionaire is going to pay me back $10,000. Like, who cares?"
Right.
So, but he's not. So it's like
But
the whole thing is just based off of
lies.
spending like crazy on crazy things, and then doing like videos and pictures of it to where people think that that's real when it's just like
Yeah, he uses the same.
50,000 at a time spent like you have billions when you only have 50,000.
Yeah, so what happens is he lures these women in and has quote unquote relationships with them because they think it's a relationship, and he knows he's just trying to milk what he can financially, and it's always the same story as the relationship progresses. It's always the same story, and it's always the exact same pictures and videos, because he always tells these women that these diamond smugglers are after him and his family, and there's some bad business deals involved. So he's always got to watch his back, and I think, because we find out later that when the first lady reports this to the news media, that they had to start to investigate it, and as he's at dinner with the second lady, they come outside and he catches those new reporters hiding out taking pictures of him. So he throws her in the car and they take off, and he goes, "This is, they're after me," and I'm going,
Yeah.
maybe that's what really is after you. There are people after you. It's legit, but it's not because these are bad dealings with business people. These are like the police and the news media and all that.
Yeah. The journalists have figured out there's
Yeah.
something here.
Yeah, and that's what's really after you. It's not these bad diamond smugglers, because they don't exist in your world. Well, in reality, because you're not who you say you are. So maybe it is the police and the journalists after you.
So I have a question that doesn't deal with any of that stuff. Rotten Tomatoes and the IMDb score, does that still count since it's a documentary? Like, is that a fair comparison to like a real movie? I'm saying real movie, but in a movie that's like,
In an entertainment movie.
yeah. Does that still count?
I don't see why not.
Because this had 96% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.2 on the IMDb.
Yeah, okay, so I looked that up last night, and what I'm shocked about and don't understand is, I don't know how you have to rate it to get it this rating, but it has 96% on Rotten Tomatoes on the Tomato Meter, but it's not certified fresh. I don't get how...
Well, I mean, documentary is what it is. It's not like you can...
Yeah, but I mean, with that many people giving it such high praise...
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. I was just thinking that through, and it seems weird to kind of try to compare that or use those ratings as real ratings or accurate ratings. Because it's not like you can swap out the actors. You know what I mean? The people are the people. So you couldn't make it better or worse necessarily.
You do a documentary that is well paced and well put together and all that, or a documentary that kind of drags on too much and is
Like
you could rate it.
What's
as
the one about the room?
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about The Room.
That Justin made us watch?
No.
That wasn't a documentary though.
Oh, that's close to it.
That was.
No, yeah, it was a documentary on how not to make a movie. Okay, so how to get certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. You have to have a consistent tomato meter score of 75% or higher, at least 5 reviews from top critics. Films in wide release must have a minimum of 80 reviews. Films in limited release must have a minimum of 40 reviews.
I wonder, does this have...
That's why.
Okay. Does this have like a budget and stuff?
It should. Let me pull that up.
I'm just saying, Justin could pull this off. I'm not pretty enough, Joe. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Hey,
Justin, you could pull this off. You could con some people.
Yeah.
You willing to try it for the name of science?
Get a pyramid scheme going.
Sure.
No, it's a triangle of opportunity. Okay, well, instead of Justin putting his own neck out on the line, why don't we use that website you showed me? Was it thesepeopledon'texist.com or something like that, where it just randomly generates a picture of a person that does not exist?
Oh, Justin, here you go. So we just went from movie reviews to conning people. How much did he con? That we know out of these 3?
What did it say at the end, Justin? I don't remember what it was like. It was like millions.
10 million.
Yeah, total.
10 million?
Total.
From people across
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because once the journalists broke the story, like they was starting getting flooded and inundated with people like, "Hey, I know that guy. Hey, I know that guy. He told me he was this, and he told me he was that." Like, so basically, what we find out at the end of the movie, it's like he's done this is like a worldwide scheme that he's pulled.
Yeah,
So
they reveal later, like, you see all these little voice messages that the girl in the beginning is like, it's so sweet. He would send this in the morning, like, good morning and all this stuff. Then you find out later he's just taking like one recording of saying like, good morning, baby, and sending it to like
multiple
5,
people.
10 different people.
Yeah.
So it says he's walking free and pursuing a Hollywood career.
Well, he can't. Well,
He's stuck in Israel, though,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he gets caught, and they threw him in jail in Israel. And what was the sentence on that, Justin? He was supposed to serve?
15 months, I think.
Yeah, served 5.
He wound up serving 5. And I found this interesting. You told me before the show. I didn't know this, but so tell the masses why he only got 5 months out of 15.
Yeah, what I heard was that Israel did not want their prisons packed with nonviolent people when COVID came around. So basically, anybody who hadn't done a serious crime got out.
Yeah, so
Got out early.
COVID gave him a free pass.
Yeah.
So basically, he's stuck in Israel at this point because every other country is just wanting. They're not willing to spend the money to go get him, but if he'll come to them, they're going to nail him. So even in New York City, there was little clips of people at the end that, hey, yeah, he scammed me out of this, or he told me he was this, he told me he was that. And there was one guy said he was in New York City, and Simon told him that he was the son of this high up Jewish rabbi, and they actually had Simon live with him for a while and babysit their kids and all this. And then he told one other person like he was a pilot, had pictures of himself in the pilot's seat, and then he told somebody else that he was like an undercover agent as a pilot, and he's just
he's feeding some stories out there.
Yeah.
Now his real name is Shimon Hayut. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, but and he's apparently being sued by the
real Diamond people.
Yeah, Lviv.
Yeah, the real Lviv family.
So we shall see, and that's as of March 1st, was just about 20 days ago, and they will file a monetary suit against Simon and any other affiliate that would work with him, including websites.
Yeah, because what's crazy is...
Yeah, they say anyone that would try to capitalize on this scheme will be sued.
Well, and I mean, this is just a wild ride. This movie is almost a two-parter.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first part is you meet these two women, and they tell you their whole story, and they tell you how they finally figure it out, and they just cut all ties with him. And then all of a sudden, boom, his third girl shows up out of the middle of nowhere. So we find out that her part in all of it, and it's an extreme wild ride.
Okay, so here's my thing. So the diamond guy, the real diamond guy,
yeah,
has a daughter. Do you think she's on Tinder?
No.
All right then.
Am I right or wrong, or do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have Tinder. Justin?
Do you think the bodyguard was in on it?
Justin. Yeah, he is. He still works for him.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was one of the things I was trying. I started talking. I couldn't remember where I was going with it.
Because he's suing Netflix for defamation by the documentary implying that he was part of the scheme.
How could he not be?
Well, he works for him, but I mean, as far as he knows, maybe he is rich and famous. And
so, did he put fake blood on his head, or did he actually get?
I think somebody figured him out and just beat the thunder out of him.
But they kept using that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he did get beat up one time, and then.
Yeah, they just kept using that.
He took that picture and kept using it over and over.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the bodyguard's claiming I had nothing to do with this. I was just hired as a bodyguard. I'm not part of this.
Bull. So, the first lady, when she goes on her first date with Simon, we find out, or she goes on this date and they go on this airplane ride, and they have his daughter, or his supposed daughter, and the daughter's mother. After she finds out she's been conned, she starts researching all this, and finds that the woman she met on the airplane was one of the women that he had scammed in 2015 that had helped put him in jail to begin with.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like...
And I go back to the first girl. I'm going to call her a girl. Because she's like, oh, this is a fabulous first date. I'm going to jump on a private jet. Oh, your baby mama and your baby's going with us? What a fantastic first date. Red flags! Red flags!
Yes.
Red flags! How can you have a romantic first date when your baby mama and baby's with you?
Yeah.
And she spun it into a positive. She's like, she and I were talking, and she spoke so highly of him, and
yeah,
the fact that he still supports her, and
because she's getting to fly on vacation with some poor girl's money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to know how.
I mean, I felt bad for him being swindled, but I'm almost like this. You got to know better.
Well, Cena was watching with me, and she goes. She said, I don't know if it's because we grew up in West Virginia or what, but she said, how did they not figure this out? She said, there's too many red flags. Like, every time he asks for money, he's like, I need money, I need cash, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, if your credit card was maxed out, I didn't know a billionaire would have a credit card that would max out. It would almost be like, here's unlimited credit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, part of it was he would claim that I can't use this card because there's, my enemies are out there and they're
looking
me.
for you and
So I
tracking
need
you.
a card that's untraceable. or
Yeah,
whatever.
the police.
Yeah. So back to before, the daughter of the real Diamond King is married to American Greg Sofive, and they have 4 kids, and her husband currently works with her as the CEO of LLD Diamonds. He was once the president of GSD Diamonds. So he's another high-profile guy. So they kind of met through work.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
He's another high-profile guy. I'm almost willing to bet neither one of those two are on Tinder.
So what I'm saying is what you're saying is he didn't swipe right on her.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a kick out of the 3 victims featured in this documentary. They have a GoFundMe. I was just picturing, like, if I got involved with some lady and she swindled me for $1,000 and then I came to you guys and was like, can you guys help me with I'm starting a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe and Dave, can you throw me some money because I got swindled?
Yeah.
Asking other people to, like, help you pay back.
Hey, pay back your debts.
Yeah.
I see that stuff go on even locally. It's just like, are you serious? Like, you made a bad investment, or you can't manage your own money, so you're wanting me to pay you.
Yeah.
I just
Hold on. So here, one more little tidbit about the Diamond Heiress. So she's hanging out with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. 2015 to Met Gala party. And then she bought a 104 square meter condo in Trump Tower for the U.S. $1.42 million. And close friends of Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. Here's my point. That's the kind of people she's hanging out with.
okay.
This guy isn't hanging out with any of those people.
Right.
So I still red flags out the wazoo. Oh, who's your friends? Let me see some pictures of you with famous people.
Yeah.
No, don't have any. Just me on a plane, sitting in the pilot's chair that may or may not be flying.
Right.
Because he did take lessons.
Right.
Oh, this is me just on the beach. This is me on a fancy boat, but nobody famous.
And he didn't even Photoshop himself in with people.
Well, that's what I can't get past how they didn't say, wait a minute, why are you not hanging out with, as we said, Brad Pitt? Why are you not hanging out with, Hollywood superstars or famous politicians or,
Yeah.
Because somebody in the diamond business, that's who they hang out with.
Yeah. Yeah, they run with the who's who.
Oh, yeah. And
That's something
he had none of that.
That's something I had never even had given a thought to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when the first girls, they're showing the Beauty and the Beast story and stuff like that. I'm thinking, how do you... he should be taking you to the Met Gala or to Hollywood, a premiere red carpet opening or something like that.
Yeah.
Not with his baby mama on a private jet to just a hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
An expensive hotel, but just a hotel.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're there for an event because he kept saying, oh, I got to go here for work, go there for work.
Yep.
And then now he's dealing with shady people.
Yeah.
That's chasing him. I'm just like, yeah,
Like meetings.
rich and famous people don't get chased by scoundrels.
I have to fly to a different part of the globe every day for a meeting.
Yeah.
It's like meetings. Very vague thing you can try to pretend. Oh, yeah.
By the way, I need a hotel room that you got to pay for.
We're
So I can
working
go
on
to
a
this meeting.
deal. It's almost done.
Yeah. I've got a big meeting with these people, but I need you to pay for the hotel room. Okay, time out. Either you can't pay for the hotel room, or the people that you're doing business with, they can't,
They don't see this coming.
they can't, they want you to come to town, but they're not willing to forfeit the money to have you a place to sleep.
And he would kind of mess with them by sending a check that basically was fake. And they see it and they're like, oh my gosh, he's like paying me back 2 times over.
Right.
But then they could deposit it. And the bank's like, no.
That's one of the weird facts that pops up. Hold on, let me get to it. He started doing this stuff when he was 20, and you mentioned the babysitter. He stole one of the babysitter checks. Where is it? Okay, so yeah, he started his fraudulent behavior when he was 20, stealing checks from families he worked for. One family was he's a babysitter for their 4-year-old son, and another wealthy family knew him as a handyman.
Mm-hmm.
And he used this money that he stole for flying lessons and to buy himself a Porsche. So he started early at 20. He's 31 now.
So yeah, that before the show, I was kind of wondering, how did he get this thing going? But yeah, if you're doing it for 11 years,
Mm-hmm.
you just slowly build up like
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, he built a pretty good background. Pictures in front in a private plane, you know, but
He had
he was
like
taking flight
100,000
lessons.
followers or something. I was like,
Yeah.
what? People just like to follow random
Dumpster fires.
jet setter people that take pictures of Ferraris. I mean, who are these 100,000 people
Yeah.
that followed him on Instagram?
I guarantee you, there's at least one knucklehead in that group that goes, "Hey, maybe I can get in on that. I can." Some girls thinking, "Hey, I can be his next girlfriend, and I can live the lavish life with him. And then as soon as the money stops, I'm out, and I won't have to pay him a dime." I guarantee you, there's at least one person on that followers list thinking, "Hey, I'll just reap the benefits, and I won't give him any money."
I just want to do the month-long ride
parade
from
ride,
European city to European city on some other poor girl's money.
Yeah.
And then I'm jumping ship.
Exactly.
I mean, that you got to think like the model he was with the second lady. Was that her deal? She's
Pretty
like,
much what
"Hey,
she was
I'm
doing.
gonna be your girlfriend, your model girlfriend, but I'm not giving you anything."
Or maybe she was getting swindled too. We don't know.
True.
The Russian model?
Yeah.
girl? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we never got to hear her
Yeah.
take on it.
Yeah, we don't know, was she in on it or was she a victim as well. Now, the scary part of it is when the first girl, all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together, and she just realizes when he gives her that check to pay back the hundreds of thousands of dollars she gave him, that it bounces. So she calls him and calls him out on it, and he goes, "Well, that's your problem. I did my part." And I'm going, you know what? If this guy was on the up and up, that's just being a jerk.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I'm being very
Yeah.
polite with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying not to get us in the expletive category on this
Yeah.
episode. It's like, that's just being a jerk. And then when she contemplates suicide, which is just a scary path on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And then but she decides to start calling the credit card company, and the first one she calls is American Express, and she just spills her guts. And they say, "Okay, just stay where you are. We'll come to you and talk about it." And my mind goes the exact same place as she says. She goes, "So I'm thinking that they're going to bring the police, and I'm getting arrested for identity theft and all this and that." And it's just two guys basically come in, sit down, start talking to her, and they go, "Do you have a picture of him?" She goes, "Yeah." And she pulls her phone up, takes the picture out, and slides the phone across the table. And the guys look at each other, and going, "It's him."
Yep.
And they
Well
say,
known.
yeah, and they say he's at it again, and she's going, "Time out, again?"
Yeah.
Well, what's this again? And that's when it just starts all rolling out that.
Then yeah, she even says like, it's messed up because I still loved him, or I loved the idea. Of,
Yeah, the idea of
yeah.
him.
Even though he did this, I still was kind of like wishing it was gonna be true.
Yeah, and it's like, poor girl, don't you know when to just cut bait and quit fishing and go somewhere else?
So I just looked up an update on her, and she still lives in London. She works as a UX and service designer at Paris-based software development company. And she's also the founder of Action Reaction, a nonprofit that raises awareness about fraud and aims to create a change in legislation to help victims get proper help, both mental and judicially. Still on Instagram, still friends with the second lady. They went to Greece last summer together for vacation. And according to the documentary, she's single at the moment, but she's back on Tinder and still looking for love.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like the very last line of the movie was her basically saying, this isn't about Tinder necessarily. Like, this could happen. Like, it's not the app per se that caused all this to happen.
Oh yeah, just her being a knucklehead.
So she's like, no, I'm
She's-
not off Tinder. I'm gonna keep on dating on Tinder.
I mean, she seems nice, but I just go back to wow. How do you? Wow. Red flags, red flags. But I mean, people get swindled every day.
Yeah.
So she had 200,000 in debt. All right. Is there any point? My usual question. Is there any
Yeah.
point when someone asks you about the Tinder Swindler? Any point in your mind where you just say, "Yep, this is the scene that just moves me," or you got to watch this because, and then this is how one scene you just tell them about?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yep.
The scene for me is it's right there towards the end because we haven't even discussed this. We've discussed the first two ladies, but we've not even discussed this part. The part where we think it's all over with. The second girl has just cut all lines, and this is it. He's going to get his finally, and then boom, his third girl pops up out of nowhere, and then you go on the roller coaster ride with her. That for me, that's the key point of the movie is where you think it's over with, and then
And bam!
yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, and like that's the most exciting part.
Yeah.
And I'll wait till we get past this part. I don't want to get us off track, but
'Cause it kind of focuses on the first two girls, the blonde girls, but then
yeah, the third
She
lady,
had-
Aileen.
she had thought that she was his girlfriend the entire time, right?
Who Aileen? No, I
the
think
third girl.
no, Aileen came in after the second girl. We just keep referencing their
No,
name.
I thought on social media it was going all over Instagram. People saying like showing a picture of him and saying, "Do not be like
Yeah, that's how she
conned
found.
by this."
Yeah, he
person."
was.
And at that time, she's like, "That's my boyfriend."
Yeah, he was dating Aileen when the story broke.
Mhm.
So it was after. It was sometime after the second girl. Let me get her name because I feel sorry for these ladies. We're just sitting
Well,
calling them
Cecilia,
lady one, lady two, lady three.
Cecilia's the first one,
Yeah.
and then Pernelia
Yep.
is the second one.
Okay. Yeah.
So Cecilia and Pernelia.
So between Pernelia and Aileen was
Right.
when Simon had started dating Aileen before the story broke out, and then when the story broke out, that's when Aileen found out.
Yeah.
All right, so
That'd be weird to be going through Instagram and be like,
Uh
"Wait,
oh.
that's
That's
I
my
thought
that's my guy.
yeah, he's not on the up and up. What's going on?
yeah."
All right, so Justin, what was it for you?
For me, just a little peek behind the curtains as to how you could possibly get a Ponzi scheme like this going. Because, going into it, I didn't really know what this was going to be about. And
Yeah, I was.
yeah, just the concept of being like, oh, wow, okay, that's how you were able to do this con. For him, like, how's he going to swindle anybody through Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like I said, I thought it was going to be the whole, hey, send me $1,000, I'm a Nigerian prince kind of deal. And it's like, no, they meet him in real life, and I'm going, wait a minute,
Yeah.
how does he pull this off, and these ladies just not meet him in the back alley and kick the crap out of him?
It's a bit of a catch me if you can type character. The
Yeah,
way he's
Yes.
avoiding authorities, and I mean, because
Yeah, he's always just quick enough to be just arm's length away out of everybody's reach.
Yep.
and the purchases, I mean, they're pretty ridiculous, but they're not like. I think they were small enough where they're not going to launch every resource in the department to try to track this guy down. Because at the end of the day, he's spending $10,000 a night or something with somebody else's card. It doesn't quite raise to the level of international manhunt for this guy that we have to find.
Right, but it's one of those. If he comes here, we'll take him, but we're not going to go after him.
Right.
Well, and we talked about this before the podcast. They gave him money willingly.
Yeah. So it's.
I
one
mean,
of
he
those-
tricked them, but they said, "Hey," she said, "Let me get a credit card." He asked her, "Can you get a credit card?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll apply for a credit card. I'll mail it to you."
I'll
She
lie
did
for
all
you.
that.
I'll-
Yeah.
I'll lie for you. When the credit card calls, I'm gonna say, yeah, that was me making that purchase, even though it wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those hard deals where. Yeah, what he did was absolutely wrong, But technically, he didn't break any laws because he didn't steal the money.
Mm-hmm.
He asked them. They could have said no.
Yep.
And they said, yeah, we'll give it to you. And yeah, he, you know,
That's why it's kind of genius.
I wonder what their parents think. Do you think any of them's dad or moms are like, damn it, I raised you better than this?
Well, the one
Moved back in with their mom.
yeah, Cornelia moved back in with her
But
mom.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Throughout somewhere in here, one of their parents wasn't like, hold on, time out. You're being a moron. Don't send this joker any money.
Yeah.
It seems weird because, like, the first one I know, Cecilia was telling her, but, you know, look at my boyfriend, and, you know, this is amazing, and I'm so lucky. And surely her parents at some point said, hey.
Her friends were saying, this looks sketchy. Like,
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
Don't get kidnapped. And she's like, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I jumped on a plane and flew to wherever the first date, and, you know, of course it's awesome. And
Yeah,
yeah, you're
she's-
right. She did say her friends were warning her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have these. I'm looking at these ladies' Instagram accounts, and the way they have their posts made up, I can see why they don't have their Instagrams looking like they're just as simple living people like they pose in the documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying the way they have their Instagram set up, it makes them look like they're a little more
A little
lavish.
jet setty.
Yeah. So that
Yeah, I mean,
it's possible. That's why he pursued him because you know, I'm looking at Cornelia's account here, and of course, and like it looks like she travels a lot and all that, and so I mean, it's very, very on the possibility. Of course, now this may be where she's been traveling for work because of all the, you know, all the publicity and all that. So I mean, it's very possible there, but
Yeah, I think he kind of plants the seed by, you know, having the one girl go and look for apartments that they're supposedly going to move in together. And
oh,
live
yeah.
in.
Made an
So
offer.
kind of like gets that in her head. And then
See,
after
hold
that-
on. That's another red flag for me, though. He
Yeah.
said made an offer. Nah. Millionaire diamond people don't make offers. They just come in and say, yeah, I'll pay that or I won't.
yeah,
That, you know.
yeah, they'll come
Come
in with
on now.
they'll come in with a stack of money, sit on the table, and go, here it is, take it or leave it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have money, you do business that way. You don't come in and try to lowball somebody.
Right.
Because what's he going to care? You know, if you're a multimillionaire, what are you going to care if they knock a couple thousand off or not?
Okay. Well,
Why do you need to lowball?
Well,
somebody?
let's say you even do try to lowball. You'll have the money right there in your hand,
Yeah.
or a means to get it right there instantly.
Yeah.
Not, well, we'll have to wait on. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, either
that's-
we're
I
going
looked
to
at
conduct
that.
business or we're going to leave.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, no. Made an offer. He sounded like an excited, you know, first-time home buyer making an offer on a $100,000 house. Hey,
Yeah.
I made an offer. We might, you know,
We might get it. Yeah.
I offered him $5,000 below list price. Woo! No, that's not how a diamond heir does it.
Right.
They're like, we're buying this mansion off this person, and that's just how it is.
He looked just like mysterious enough and had the accent and stuff to where he was able to kind of sell this diamond thing.
He's a
It's like,
handsome devil. That's what I'm
If one
saying.
of us tried to do it, someone from West Virginia, it wouldn't.
You could pull it off, Justin. Don't kid yourself.
No way. But he's kind of got that,
Maybe not a diamond heir.
He's
How
got
about we
that-
go with like a car dealership son?
that funny accent. He's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Car
He's a
dealership
handsome
heir.
devil. Listen, my parent owns a fourth of a stake in a used car lot. Come on now. Let's go cruise this
My
Toyota
enemies are
Celica.
after me. My enemies from the other car lot.
Yeah.
They're tracking
Looking
me.
for good people with
Send
bad
it.
credits after me.
Yeah.
I can't be traced. Send me $1,000.
I think you should try it.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the ladies' GoFundMe page.
How
and-
crazy would that be, though? Hold on, let's back up just a little bit. How
Okay.
crazy would that be if Justin threw it out there and
Yeah.
on Tinder and said, "I'm the heir to a used car lot.
Yeah.
We keep about 20 cars in stock.
Yeah.
You know,
Any choice you want on the lot.
and I get to test drive whatever I want. Willing to take you for a ride." And kind of threw that out there, and then, you know, whatever lady's like, "Hey, listen, the used car lot down the block is mad at my family, and I need to borrow some jack real quick.
Yeah.
Fix me up."
Yeah.
Do you think it'd work?
Maybe if I were
These ladies ignored all the red
if I was
flags.
charming enough, maybe.
Well,
Do you have that? You got some charm about you, Justin?
You know, we
Maybe.
joke, and I'm wanting to say no, that wouldn't work, but I literally started the show with, hey, there was a lady that got a text from supposed George Strait saying he needed $700. So,
Wow.
it's complete. I want to say that's ridiculous, but
I know.
I believe
think it would work.
I think it would.
I think you could do this little thing and say, listen, they're going to be doing a documentary on used car wars.
Yeah.
And the Discovery Channel's picking this up. I even dressed up as, what's that guy? Halloween?
Oh, Tiger King.
I even
Yeah.
dressed up as the Tiger King once,
Yeah.
and people were fooled.
Yeah.
And, you know, the car dealership down the lot, they heard about me, and they're going to do a series on us. So I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there you go. There's your whole story, Justin. Get on
you
this.
need, you need $1,000 to get a new suit for the
Yeah.
meetings.
Yeah. But you can't access your money because, you know,
Well, it's all tied up right now.
all our money's going towards this Family Feud. It's the Hatfield McCoys all over again.
Yep.
I like where we're going with this.
Yeah.
We can video it. Tell you what, Joe and I'll dress up as videographers, and we'll pretend we're the camera crew doing the documentary on the feud.
Hey, I think my parents still have the old VHS camcorder.
Nice.
We won't turn it on or anything, but I'll just carry it around because
Yeah.
it's big enough to look like a professional camera.
Right. Yeah. Have
I
the
like
old
it.
waist battery pack. And,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And I'll run around with one of those microphones and just hold
Yeah.
it around you and be like, no, really. We work for Discovery. This is a pilot project,
Ju-
and
just-
yeah.
The only thing is, Dave, make sure you take the end of the broom off of the handle before you start putting the mic on it. I said, because
Yeah.
it'll kind of look bad as the boom mic on one end and the
Yeah.
broom on the bottom of it.
There's videos on YouTube where they get somebody to kind of look like a celebrity and do a look-alike with a camera crew and some bodyguards
Mhm.
at them and
Yeah,
just walk through LA, and people will come up and get selfies and autographs and everything. Just if you have like the people around you to kind of make it look like
Yeah.
Make it
this
look
person's a
legit.
huge
Yeah.
celebrity. People are totally fooled by it.
Well, I mean, honestly, I've never seen an actor up close. I'd have no idea.
Right.
I mean, if you look close to Brad Pitt or looked like him a lot, then, you know, okay. Maybe he's not that handsome in person. Maybe the camera does take away 20
Yeah.
pounds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's looking like that for a new role or something.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
So, Justin, are you in?
Yep.
All right.
okay, so let's talk about the third lady. We've talked about
Yeah. Fill us in.
Okay, yeah, we talked about Pernelia and Cicely. Let's talk about the hero in this story.
Okay.
The lady that kind of just grabbed him where it counts and said, "Here, this is how we're going to play this." So Aileen enters the picture again. So we get towards the end of the movie there, and all of a sudden Aileen shows up in the picture.
Now, is she part of the GoFundMe as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all three of them are together on this one, and it's up to 180,000 euro out of 600,000, and literally had somebody donate 80 euro 3 hours ago.
Wow.
It said, "Just watch the documentary. It really touched me. I feel for you, and I hope you'll get all the help you can. Hugs from Sweden." So,
Yeah.
Aileen,
I just got to throw out there real quick. 5 months for basically financially ruining somebody. That just doesn't seem to.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
yeah.
Seems too light. Go on, Joe. Go ahead.
So, Aileen shows up, and the news breaks that Simon is a scoundrel and just a bad person of society, a waste of good air. and she goes, "Wait, that's my boyfriend." So then she starts questioning Simon about it, and it's all bogus, lies, blah 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 blah. So she goes, "You know what? I'm not going to be a complete victim on this. I'm going to try to get my money back." So she turns the tables on Simon. Oh, and she starts talking him up and all that, and then she goes and says, "Well, I want to come back to your place, and we can spend the night and talk and all that." So, because he says he's out of money, but she said, "I'm not sending you any more money." She said, "But what I will do," she said, "I will sell your clothes online and help get you some of this money back." He goes, "Bloody brilliant!"
On eBay, yeah.
Oh my God.
So she takes 3 suitcases.
Huge suitcases.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff
Full of Gucci and whatever high dollar clothing he has, and takes it with her. So she just starts selling the stuff online, just boom, 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 boom. Then he figures out that she swindled him.
Yeah.
So then he starts sending all these hate messages
Yeah.
of you're going to get what's coming to you, blah blah blah. And then he called her back later, honey, I'm so sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean any of that, and please help me.
Hold on,
and
how much did she give him? Do we know?
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, it was hundreds of thousands, like the rest of them.
So she's not going to get her money back.
No.
So I think
She'll get,
she didn't swindle
20,
him. She
30.
just got a
Well,
little retribution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
which you could tell she was enjoying.
oh yeah,
The smile on her face when
yeah,
that sale came through, she's like, yeah, screw you,
yeah,
Simon,
yeah.
whatever your name is.
yeah. I was waiting for it to flip off the camera. I was just waiting. I was like, come on, do it.
She got him arrested too.
Yeah, she was the one that helped get him
'Cause
arrested.
she gave a tip to the airport, gave him a heads up that he's going to be.
Flying out of this airport to this area, and literally as soon as he got off the plane, the police were there waiting on him. So literally, as they were interviewing Aileen, her phone dings, and during the interview, she looks down her phone and she goes, "Ha!" She said, "I just sold another shirt." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, because these shirts he buys are like $300 T-shirts and stuff, so you'll get some money back.
Which I cannot understand the point of buying a $300 T-shirt or shirt, but that's just
Well, he's got to represent that lavish lifestyle. That's
I
how
don't
he sells it.
care. I tell you what, if I won the lottery tomorrow and won like $200 million, I guarantee you would not find a shirt in my closet worth $300 ever.
One
I
of the
don't know.
girls,
Might be a retro shirt, Joe.
But I didn't pay $300.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, okay.
one of the girls was like, "You gotta give me some money back." I think it's the first girl. Or he gives her a watch, like you'll be
The
able
second
to pawn,
girl, yeah.
You'll be able to pawn this for like $50,000, and she goes in. They're like, "This is a fake watch."
Yeah, Pernelia.
Just giving her a knockoff like Rolex, just to kick the can down the road a little bit longer.
Yeah, because Cicely, he sent her a watch or a check that was useless.
So, just to clarify here, he was ordered 15 months. He served 5. He's also ordered to pay his victims $4,300,000 back, and he had a fine of $5,700. He had previously served 2 years in a Finnish prison in 2015 after being charged for defrauding 3 different women. And also reportedly forced to flee his home country of Israel in 2011 to avoid fraud-related offenses he committed in his early 20s.
So he's just a career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, gosh. I feel bad for these poor girls, and I feel really bad for their parents, because the parents got to be like, time out. I raised you better than this.
I would have loved to have heard an interview with their parents just to see what their take was. Like, was there any red flags on their part, or was like they just going along for the ride with their daughters? It's like, oh yeah, he's so wonderful and blah 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 blah. Because we find out that he has been to all of their parents' houses and knows where they all live, and so when they cut the money line off of it, he goes, basically threatens them to be like, you will get what's coming to you, and I know where all of you live and your family and all that, and I'm going, yeah, he's full of crap. But on the flip side of that coin, it's like, okay, I'm like, I would have loved to have found out what the parents thought.
I wonder if any of their parents are like, listen, I raised you, and yeah, this isn't your lifestyle, and this is all baloney. I mean, let's just assume 6 parents, right? 2 for each.
Right.
Let's just assume 1 out of 6 of them had to say, time out. This is not real. You're not princess material. You don't go to these lavish lifestyle events, and
right.
This is the fairy tale, and it just doesn't happen. Because there's always a negative nanny somewhere. You always hear the war stories of the in-law that just hates you to death, or your parent just doesn't support you no matter what you do.
Right.
Surely one of these 3 ladies had that parent. I bet they're like, oh yeah, you just watch this, and then 3 months later, damn it.
You're right, Dan.
Yeah, you're right.
As Sheldon would say, I informed you thusly.
Yeah.
I informed you thusly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a trap.
He's just like, send me your passport picture. Like, they'll just hand it right over to him. Basically.
Yeah.
Send in someone you just recently met, all your passport information.
Cena and I, we've been married for almost 12 years, and I guarantee you, if I text her and said, "Hey, send me a picture of your driver's license," I will at least get a text of why.
Oh,
not,
yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, I mean.
So I guess that's kind of, I guess we're looking from the perspective of where we all grew up here in West Virginia. We was always kind of raised to be kind of skeptical of things. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
So I think that might be why we're kind of scoffing at it a little bit. It's like, hold on, time out. You can't tell me that there was no, like, hey, that something's not right, even when your first date involves your date's baby's mama.
Now, here's one thing that bothers me. Did you guys see the photo of the two, Cecilia and Pernelia, in Greece?
Where at? Are you on the documentary, or are you talking about on like Instagram?
No, it's on their 23 intriguing facts about that. There's a photo. Let me see if I can. Let me share this. We're all in a computer deal.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, hold on. So let me show you where this is going in my mind.
Okay.
They're sharing a photo of them in Greece in this beautiful pool area where they're obviously in a private area.
Right.
At the same time, they have a GoFundMe.
That's what I'm saying. That they're
support us in our GoFundMe so we can take a beautiful vacation in Greece.
If you go to their Instagram feeds, that's what I'm saying. That their Instagram feeds, I don't know if it's because where they've traveled for the documentary or what, but something's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I have trouble with that.
That's what I'm saying. I think,
like, I'd almost feel sorry for him and say, yeah, donate some money, but not when you see crap like this.
Well, I think that's where I'm going with. I think that's why he went after these type of women, because he thought they kind of would fall in line with this upscale lifestyle or present themselves as within an upscale lifestyle.
The first comment on this one does not look like they are bankrupted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I agree, Diana Junkman.
Ouch.
And then Hugo Ribel says, this is where the fundraising went.
Yeah.
And then the third comment, if they have money to go on vacation, they're not bankrupt.
Are we sure that picture is from after they got swindled?
Yeah, this is their vacation they took together.
Yeah, because I'm
close friends now.
I'm on their Instagrams.
It says, poor suffering ladies. So I'm glad it's just not me that's skeptical of that picture, because when I see crap like that, I don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah, when I heard about the GoFundMe, I was just shaking my head like, man.
I could see it if they were like super struggling, and like the one lady's living with her mom, and I'm not saying they shouldn't go on vacation, but I mean, this looks like it's one of those resorts that there's nobody else in the picture, and super nice pool, and like I'm sure
they're on one of those vacations like we'd say for 20. That's like you'd get old and retire and go on vacation.
No, I'm pretty sure old and retired people aren't allowed here.
Well, it's one of those like you can't
it's $2,000 a night to go. Yeah.
Yeah, like here in West Virginia, you can't afford it with 3 kids and be doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, at one point in the documentary, he'd got like the big suite. It was like $5,000 a night.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's using that other girl's money.
And I'm thinking, if I'm going to spend
$5,000 a night,
if I'm going to spend $5,000 a night, there literally be somebody there like the whole time. Like I don't even have to get out of bed. It's like, you want something to eat? I'll go get it. It's not even like you don't even have to call for room service. There better be somebody like will like even change the channels on the TV. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, like it better be something nice, not because it has a pool, my own pool in the back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to feel sorry for him, but I don't.
I can kind of see how, it just doesn't compute sometimes. People that it wouldn't cross your mind that, I mean, obviously he's got all this lavish stuff, so how else could it be? Like the whole pyramid scheme doesn't cross through people's minds usually.
Well, I have a different question now, actually.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the issues with the people involved and what we would have done differently or the red flags we would have seen. But how do we rank this as a movie? Are we ranking this based off of like how well the documentary was done?
Yeah, I think so.
Or whether we agree or disagree with the story?
I don't think you could base it off of that.
Because I was thinking of my ratings, and you look at the high ratings it has, I wonder if the people rated it if they were just like, yeah, this is an interesting story, so it's a good story to tell. and therefore I liked it, or if it was based off of like the cinematography or how it's presented and the camera work. And
Well, we kind of had a similar issue with
hold on.
The Push.
Yeah, and here's my other question.
Mm-hmm.
It shows like a photo of them walking out, the first Cecilia on the first date of the baby mama, the baby. Who was videoing that?
I assumed Simon was, because you don't see him in the shot. You see,
So
see
he's
her,
just-
you see the baby mama, and you see this bodyguard.
Well, I'm saying I wonder if that was like a remake or is that actual footage?
That was actual footage.
We had a similar
How did they
thing,
get that from Simon?
Just it's out there on the internet, maybe. 'Cause
I don't
it's like,
know.
hey, we're going on.
You know what I
public
mean?
jet.
There's just a lot of
Yeah,
stuff like
It's out
that.
there for public.
And
anybody
like
to
him
download
with
it.
the second lady on the boat with the model, that was her taking that, I think.
Yeah, some stuff I think
It's a lot of video to
he's
be
just
pieced
showing
together.
off, so you
Yeah.
can just pull it off the internet because he's got it out there for everyone to see.
Okay.
We had a similar thing with The Push where we're like, we don't agree with what he
Yeah.
did to these people, but
Yeah.
it was like one of those things. I think we had said like,
The concept was so interesting.
I want to give him a small on what he did, but at the same time, man,
Gosh.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to support him, but I also was entertained.
Well, what are you guys thinking? Do you have a rating in mind?
I do, but I don't want to. I want to hear you guys. I don't want to.
Oh, Joe, playing it safe?
Joe, is this guy just a total piece of work, or do you kind of admire his?
Not at all what I
His
thought you were going to
hustle.
say.
Do you
Ooh,
tip
so
your
hold
hat
on.
at
Yeah,
all
yeah. This is.
Okay.
I
to him
agree with
being
your
out of-
question. So, Joe,
Okay.
do you give him some sort of morality score?
No. If I was going,
Is he a scoundrel?
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Hold on.
if
Even
I'm
though
gonna
the
base-
women willingly gave him the money, is he a
Do
scoundrel?
you tip your hat to him just a little?
This is a good moral dilemma for Joe.
that is tough.
Are you
Hold on. What'd
a
Cena think?
little bit impressed by his scheme?
She was right in line with the rest of us. Like, how could they this not have thrown any
Red flags.
flag?
Yeah.
Because what I can't get around is, okay, if he was a billionaire and if he did have all these issues going on, you can't tell me that his only option of getting money around untraced was like just picking some random girl. Like,
Yeah.
you can't pay people to figure out a way to
Well,
funnel it.
We were talking before the
untraced.
show. I was like, he's a diamond guy. Take some diamonds and do a backhanded deal to somebody that you know in the business.
Exactly.
Well, he's
Hey,
kinda-
I'm going to sell you these diamonds for half price, but it's cash.
Exactly. Just like you said when we right before the show. It's
Yeah.
like, why didn't they do that? And then-
Yeah, I mean that's what I would ask him. Like, sell some diamonds or give me some diamonds, and then I'll get you a credit card, but I want the diamonds in my hand because hey, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but one flight with your baby mama and baby doesn't make us a trusting couple here.
Yeah, he plays to their like kind-heartedness, I guess, and
Jeez.
their desire to help their boyfriend who they love. He plays into that. It's like, well, I've got to help my boyfriend. I care about him. He's in trouble. Yeah.
I like too when his bodyguard's getting beat up, he stops to take pictures.
Yeah.
Trouble. Peter's hurt.
Yeah.
Really? She's your first thing? Your first call?
Well, they was in the ambulance at that point, so I mean, I guess
he
you'd
had
have
pictures
time.
of him like in an alley somewhere first, and then the ambulance.
Well, by the time he sent him, he was already in an ambulance.
But I'm just saying, ooh, hey, you got conked in the head. Let me take a picture of you.
Didn't one of the girls
Put
claim
that-
that she got beat up?
Yeah, after the fact, yeah,
Which one was that? The second?
I think so. Yeah, they showed her with a black eye.
I'll never remember these names. I just
Who? That was Pernelia. Who beat her up?
Okay.
Some guy.
She claims she got beat up, which makes you think Simon had something to do with it.
But we don't know.
All right. Well, let's rate this puppy up.
Okay, so well, the question was, do I give him a tip of the hat
Yeah.
on?
Any moral dilemmas for you, Joe?
What? Don't get me wrong. What he did was absolutely wrong, and he should be forced to just live in a room with nothing but a floor covered in Legos the rest of his life.
Yep.
All right.
But for him to be able to do it for this long, I mean, not saying it's right, but it's kind of impressive. Like he was able to do it for this long, and to get that much money willingly out of these women, it's just unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's definitely getting to see the world on other people's dimes. So
Yeah.
I mean, like every week he's in a different country. So.
Well, and just my whole thought is, okay, if he's doing this to let's say 3-4 women at a time, how in the world he's able to keep all that on track and keep all these women's stories straight and their lives all figured out? Because even one of the ladies said that, you know, he knew everything. He was perfect. He remembered everything. I'm like, time out. I'm far from perfect, and I forget stuff in my own life with my own wife, and I'm going, is that not a red flag there that knucklehead didn't forget anything? It's like, that's not possible.
Right.
So how in the world he was able to keep all these stories straight and never foul it up, and none of them threw up a red flag, or like there wasn't any type of text or a phone call or anything that raised any level of suspicion until it was too late.
Yeah.
Just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
I'm kind of impressed. It seems like he has like some sort of feel as to when he knows he's got somebody on the hook and is able to do his whole routine where I don't know. I'm impressed that he's able to like.
It's what con mans do.
To figure it out and to like get somebody like, okay, now I've got them in the place where they're basically in love with me or
I
whatever.
can reel them in.
Yeah.
It's like the push. You just do it a little at a time, and you build that level of trust, and then it
do things like just show up in Oslo, like, hey, I just got off the plane to come see you and surprise you, like, and she's like, oh, that was so sweet that he came just to see me.
Yeah.
It's like he's investing some money back in.
Yeah, he's investing
even to like keep it going and to make someone more and more into him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The work that you had to do to keep this con up is just mind blowing.
Worth it to travel all over Europe in lavish jets and hotels? Yeah.
Yeah, but how did
do
he
some
not,
work, man?
Yeah, but how did he not screw up and like?
He might have, and they just overlooked it. I mean, you know, this is the same lady, and I'll go back to Cecilia, the same lady that went on her first date with him on a private plane with his baby mama.
Okay, case
and
closed.
Baby. I mean, come on.
Because I'm going, how could you not land in the wrong...
How do you not ask details to be like, oh, we're going on a plane? Who's going with us? Oh, your baby, mama, and baby? Yeah. Tell me more about that deal.
Yeah.
I think I'll pass and wait till it's just you and I.
Yeah.
No. We're going to go hook up in a hotel room beside your baby, mama, and baby.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, come on.
But I'm just thinking, how...
The allure of the private jet.
I guess. You know, that's what she said. She said, I've never done that before. Yeah.
Don't want to miss out.
My friends are idiots. Of course I'm going to jump at this situation.
You know what? I've never peed on an electric fence either, but I doubt I'm going to do that either.
All right, so let's rate this baby.
All right. You're first.
Oh, gosh. See, here's the hard part. It's a very intriguing story. Now, I don't have much in the way of feeling sorry for the ladies, especially with their Greek vacation photo.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Joe's lavish Instagram posts. And, you know, here's my other thing. On Tinder, if you ran across that lady, like, oh, she's one of the ones that got swindled by the Tinder Swindler. Right up my alley. Heck yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm torn because it is an interesting story. I think I will recommend somebody to watch this just because it's like soap opera drama, but it happened.
Yes.
Which is weird because I'm not turned at all towards like the Kardashians or what's the Lion King guy? Tiger, whatever his name is.
Oh, Tiger King.
The Tiger King.
When you said Lion King, I was thinking James Earl Jones, and I'm like, what's James Earl Jones have to do with anything?
But you know, like the Tiger King, I'm not interested in their stupid stories at all.
Mm-hmm.
This one just amazes me because I feel sorry for the ladies that fell for it, and I feel like they're victims, but they also didn't help themselves a bit.
Right.
And I thought it was well made, though. You know, they did a good job. I didn't get lost in the story. None of it was super confusing or confusing at all. It was all laid out pretty well, so the director and the crew did a good job.
It's one of those movies or documentaries that it's just crazy enough that it could be the perfect movie.
Yeah.
Because when you hear it, it's like, okay, there's no possible way this is a documentary, and you're going, oh, crap, it is.
It is, yeah. So it's kind of weird. You guys remember the Blair Witch Project?
Yes.
So, I mean, stuff can be made like that, and it really freak you out. But so on that note, I'm gonna say a large, based off of it is an interesting story. It's not as outlandish as like the Tiger King or trying to watch a reality show, you know, where you kind of know the plot. This is just a well-made documentary that they had collaboration with the victims.
Yes.
So therefore, a 4. Not a 4, shoot.
A large popcorn.
Large popcorn. There you go. Got confused on what I was supposed to
Checking
write.
the runtime. It is almost 2 hours, but
Yeah.
it's hard to find something that isn't nowadays. Seems like.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes are a little slow, but then once it starts taking off, it's like you're in for the ride.
Yeah.
It has that kind of slow burn at the beginning, and but it's a slow burn to where like they don't drag out the story because
Yeah.
my short attention span can't stand that kind of stuff.
I like how they did
So-
the texts.
Yeah, so
Yeah, show
so
you
the
the
whole
text.
it was it kept my attention. So
Yeah.
that was a biggie for me.
Right.
Right there, because like, okay, if you can keep my short attention span going, you're doing something.
Yeah. I think as a documentary, this is a good, solid, you know, large bucket of popcorn.
They do a good job of like giving you those shots where it's like you're seeing inside the phone, basically. Like you can
Yeah.
see the messages and all the stuff. So they did a pretty good job with that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And like I say, the video they dug up of like them, the one that sticks in my head is walking out the airport with baby mama and baby and her, and apparently taken by Simon, and you know, having that real image,
Right.
which apparently I wasn't sure. I was questioning whether that was real or remade, but I'm gonna go with you guys and saying it's real. So having those instances really, you know, made it nice.
Oh, remember when she turned in basically all the information on her phone to the law enforcement or investigators or whatever, and they said
Yeah, the journalist.
there were 400 pages of text messages on just
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah, that happens.
constantly texting.
So Justin, rate this baby up. Let's see where we're at, and then see if we can sway Joe.
Well, I agree with you, Dave, that maybe the story wasn't like super complicated or anything. I mean, there were some twists and turns, but for me, it kept me entertained, and I'm gonna go for a large.
All right, Joseph.
All right, so guys,
Also, one other thing, I think it did a pretty decent job of, even if the average person would say, yeah, but you don't loan tens of thousands of dollars to somebody. I think they at least like did a pretty good job of showing the background as to how something like
Yeah.
that might possibly
Kind of
happen.
justifying how it happens.
Showing like the steps that he took to get her, like this first girl, handing over that much money. Because when you first hear about this movie, you're like, doesn't make sense. Who would just give money? But then
Right.
it shows like the steps he takes.
I listened to her though, and she seems like a genuinely nice person. And she was just, you know, what got me was they showed the clips of Beauty and the Beast. You know, showed those little cartoon quips that she's talking about. Well, you know, all I ever wanted since I was little was to be a princess, and it fell in my lap.
Yeah.
And I wanted bad to scream, "You idiot!" But I could see where she was just starstruck.
Yeah.
Totally started.
And it was just like, how could this possibly happen to me? But it is. I'm getting on a private plane.
Yep.
You know, so that's kind of sealed the deal. That first private plane ride with baby mama and baby. That's all it took to get her to buy in.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Anyway.
once she's bought in,
Yeah, then
there's
she's
no
in.
question anything. Everything
Yeah.
he tells her
Yeah.
is real. Like,
Yeah, she's
I mean,
reached that point of no return.
I just, I feel bad for her because now she's the lady that got swindled, jumped on a private plane, had sex with this guy on the first night, and then he dropped her back off, and that's who she is.
Yeah.
Knucklehead, huzzy that, you know, does the dirty on the first date, and then gives him a bunch of money for it.
wow.
That's a rough sum up, and I feel bad for her. But I mean, in reality,
And then ask other people to pay her.
yeah, and then
for-
GoFundMe so I
for
can go on
losing the
vacations with the other victim in Greece.
Well, okay, so it's funny that you say that because literally, that was the first thing Cena picked up on. Was like, really, she did the nasty ride on the first date.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, what kind of guy, you know, what kind of morals does he have if he picks up a chick on Tinder, flies her to wherever, and then says, hey, by the way, we're staying in the same room. And baby mama and baby are next door, but don't let that bother you.
Yeah, don't let that stop you.
I just,
Classic.
oh my gosh.
Again, it's just,
I'm just going to state up front, I've never had any of those dates. It blows my mind that that's how it could really go down.
well, maybe because we can't afford it.
Oh, yeah. And probably because I'm not pretty enough.
Well, you don't have a private jet.
And I'm
That's the
not, and
trick.
I'm not pretty enough.
If you had the private jet, Dave, you might have a chance.
This soul deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what young people do on Tinder now. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. All right, sorry, Joe. Go ahead. Rank this baby up. What do you got?
Okay, so last week, Justin, I know I told both you guys that I was excited about this one. I had high hopes on it, and I set the bar very high on this documentary.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it held up all the way through. For all the reasons we already discussed, very, very well done. Kept my attention the entire time. And that twist at the end with Aileen, that was a deal on me. That was like, oh man, I just, when I thought the movie was over with, boom, there's another 45 minutes of film left, and there was still kept my attention for a 2-hour documentary.
Yeah.
Well done. So guys, this is going to be one of the rare movies that we all agree on. So this movie, The Tinder Swindler, is getting a certified large.
Really?
Yes.
I see that, though. I mean, like I say, it's well made. It's interesting.
It's just crazy enough as, like, you question, like, there's no possible way this is a documentary. This would be a perfect Hollywood script. And I tell you guys right now, if somebody takes this and makes movie rights out of it, I'm buying a ticket. If you guys if we all want to go together and watch it, I'm in on that idea. But I'm definitely buying a ticket if they make this an actual movie.
Yeah, the Netflix documentary department is pretty sleek. It seems
Yes.
like they do a pretty good job
Okay, so
of churning these things out.
so here's something. If they do make this a movie,
Would you
considering the cast of characters, the 3 victims and Simon, is there any name or actor or
I
actress
think
that
they
pops in?
already did make this, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Catch me if you can.
I'd like to see Leo in this.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, could you see Leo as Simon, or who did you think you'd like to see in those roles?
I mean,
as 3
honestly,
victims
though,
and
it has to be a
Simon?
European, I guess, to make it match up. But I don't
Or
know.
the American version.
Yeah, the
Swindling
American version.
people in America.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Is there anybody that you would think you would like to see a movie based off this documentary and have a certain person star in it?
There's probably somebody that'd be perfect that I just.
I mean, I think of like a younger Antonio Banderas or
A younger Pierce Brosnan.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Like, well, that was him in what was that movie with Renee? No, not Renee Zellweger, but
In the 007 movies?
no. He did one where he was the Thomas Crown Affair.
Okay.
You guys familiar with that?
No.
No. Interesting. Put right there on my list.
Yeah, I think.
I'm almost picturing a James Franco or.
Yeah, gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Or what's his buddy in Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, he could swindle.
Yeah.
He's pretty. Shine those baby blues on you.
Yep.
All right, so Hollywood, you heard it here first. So, message us for where you can send our royalty checks for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so help me if they do make us a movie and Zac Efron's in.
Yeah.
I will become a keyboard warrior on Twitter on that.
All right.
So certified large for the
Certified
Tinder
large.
Swindler.
Yep.
That's a good call, Justin.
Yeah.
You know, as usual, you're going outside the box and pulling in something that's not the normal, hey, been there, watch that movie?
Yep.
Knocked it out of the park.
Plenty to talk about with that one, I thought.
We
Yep.
talked, where are we at now? We're at an hour and 18 minutes.
Wow.
And it flew by. I just happened to glance at the computer program. I was like, oh, man, we're
So
already.
we've been that long yet? Wow.
Yeah, we're over an
Well,
hour.
I'm looking forward to the next pick. I'm curious, and I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Dave has a pretty big
It's episode
spot
50.
to fill on this one.
Yeah, I got
Episode
a big
50,
list.
Coming off a big hit like this, Dave, you've got
Episode 50 has to be
you got an uphill battle here, buddy.
special.
I don't think I do. All right, so I'll give you some choices.
All right.
We can do a movie version of this one, The Thomas Crown Affair, which I think plays into this movie, or we can go off script and do something else.
Well, let me see if the Thomas Crown Affair is even available.
Okay.
Never heard of it, which intrigues me. Is it older?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thomas
yeah,
Crown Affair?
it's available on Pluto, Tubi.
In the other direction we would go, can we get a little bit of hint of where that would
Man.
Now, hold on. I need to see which one it is because I need to see if it's the Pierce Brosnan or the Steve McQueen version.
Pierce Brosnan.
Well, what's available online is what I'm getting.
Right now I'm just saying that's the one you want to look for.
Okay.
We could go all crazy and go Clockwork Orange. Have you guys seen Saving Private Ryan?
No, but I've always wanted to.
What do you think, Justin? Would that be an appropriate 50th episode?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Dude, it hurts. Depending on how you watch it.
Okay, yeah, it is on Pluto. Okay, let me look up Saving Private Ryan.
That's a classic.
Now, I'm only pulling Saving Private Ryan out just because it's one of those emotional deals that just make you question it.
Okay, I think it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan's on Amazon Prime. So far, both.
And here's the real kicker. I'd like to pull out one of my all-time favorites, but they're just not available.
Well, what is it, real quick? And we can
Stroke or Ace. I'd pull out Stroke or Ace in a hurry.
Okay, hold on. Let me look it up here.
Not a huge deal to pay $3 to rent something
Yeah.
for the show. Doesn't always have to be.
Yeah, it's only. Well, no, wait a minute. Let me try this. Yeah, it's still rental only.
$4, $3.99.
Yep. You can rent it for $3.99, or you can buy it for $5.99.
Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. And his wife, Sally Struthers. No, not Sally Struthers. What's his wife's name?
Has Jim Neighbors in it.
Yep.
Have you guys seen? There's a Tom Cruise movie where he's a NASCAR driver. Or something.
Days of Thunder.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody recommended that to me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's on HBO Max.
Ooh, Amazon even has Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump would be a good 50th one. Have you guys seen it?
Multiple times.
Okay, I don't think.
Classic.
If we've seen it, I don't know.
Yeah, if we've all seen it, maybe not.
Well, I don't know. We usually those are the interesting ones to do because we've seen them all and then go back and look at it from an analytical view.
I'm definitely coming away. I'd say mop bucket on that one though. So
Yeah.
I already know I'm gonna.
That's one of those.
And
It's kind of hard. It's like my pick with Tommy Boy. It's one of those hard to watch from an analytical view.
Yeah, it's on my list too. So I mean, it's
Man, they got a bunch of good. How about Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, they have Liar Liar and Walk the Line on Amazon right now. Man, they are really Amazon's
Some
really
point,
up
yeah,
on that
we'll
game.
Molly's game is Molly's game available?
Molly's Game.
Mm-hmm.
At some point we got to do a. What's his name? Jim Carrey movie. At some point maybe. Throw it in there.
Rental only.
Crap.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
Do you think
Yeah.
Cena would like Saving Private Ryan? She like
Probably.
war movies?
Well, it's got Tom Hanks, and they got October. They have October Sky as well,
That's mop bucket for days.
and Spaceballs.
I was trying to read.
Weekend at Bernie's. I've never seen Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, October Sky. That's like top 5 for me movies.
Now there would be an interesting category for us to do West Virginia movies: Mothman Prophecies, October Sky,
We Are Marshall.
We Are Marshall, and there was some others. There was
I don't
Have you
think
guys seen A Star Is Born?
Pretty decent, I thought.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. Wrong Turn. That was another one I was thinking of. West Virginia movie.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that one. I need to see Wrong Turn.
Okay.
Oh,
So
then
what
we
are
can
we what are we saying here? I'm not feeling Saving Private Ryan just because it's such a gory, grisly, long,
Yeah.
heartfelt movie.
Thomas Crown?
Yeah, can we do Thomas Crown?
That's fine with me.
Hold on, let me see.
I like Pierce.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Thomas Crown Affair it is.
Oh, Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, Justin. There we go. That would top our top 5 West Virginia.
What is it?
flicks. The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Oh,
Documentary
Jessica
about,
White.
Yep.
Yep.
Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah, so we could do Wild Wonderful Whites, Wrong Turn, October Sky.
I like it. There's a new
Mothman
thing.
Prophecies. There's a category. 5 movies right there.
No Stroker Ace. What a bummer.
Wait till they come out with like the 30th or the 40th anniversary or whatever, and they'll bring it back out or something.
Okay. Well, this one went long. Let's wrap it up.
All right. So for more news and reviews and information, go to our website, beentherewatchthat.com. Follow us on social media at BTWTpod for all that. And leave us a comment or review and let us know if we were spot on some of these movies or if we completely missed the mark and was Howard the Duck really that bad that it deserved Dave just dumping on it and just wishing it was never made.
Oh, trust me, I'm not alone in this sentiment.
So be sure to and send us what you think would be a good movie to review. We'll add it to our list, and when we do the fans pick, we'll just do a new random generator and see what's available, and we'll add that to the list. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Been there, watch that. We're on all major platforms, and all of our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
Yep. All right. Well, we've been there, we watched that, and this one we've been there and watched it for an hour and 25 minutes on documentary. So good job, Justin. And we'll be back for our 50th show next week, so be sure and join us. For myself, Joe, and Justin. Everybody have a great week.